Hi, friends and family,
Welcome to Hope After Addiction
with your hosts, Katie Comer.
and Chelsea McLeod.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Hope After Addiction. We are so happy that you've joined us today. And yes, welcome back.
That's right. It's good to be here.
We were talking about the weather. I'm just trying to think of something like intro.
I know.
The weather's great.
Will this be near Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
That's right. Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yes, we're so thankful for you.
We are so thankful for you. Yes.
So we love those podcasts at the very beginning. I think God was so good during those podcasts. But God's in those 3 years taught us a lot, revealed
Yes.
himself to us a lot. We've gone through different things that some of these topics are like, oh, this means this now in my life.
For sure.
And so I think that it's helpful that we revisited them. So that's kind of what we do. We've been doing over the last several, outside of our husbands joining us. The several podcasts is just kind of revisiting some of those topics. And today's is about healing and your journey and what that looks like and what that's looked like for us and how God's used healing and how do you get there. And so, we feel like it was super important to talk about that. And the timing of healing is not, it's not just being encouraging to you because it might not look the same for everybody. There's a lot of, when you're talking about healing, I feel like there's a big comparison game.
Yes.
And so I know I did that. I know people still do that when they talk to me. They're like, well, but like, how long did it take you to get to this place? And so there's a comparison game. And so we want to encourage you that not everybody's journey looks the same. But what God says about healing and who he is.
Yeah. Well, I think we also live, one thing I see about in a microwave, what do you call it? Society, whatever, time, where we want instant
gratification.
Everything we want to be instant.
Absolutely.
But in that wait and in that journey of healing is where God does the work. It's where he changes you. It's where he tweaks you. It's where he makes you whole, gives you trust, sanctifies you. And so where we have that microwave generation is the word, I guess. That's not what healing looks like. And healing is messy and it is beautiful and it is all the things mixed. And so I don't think you can have this vision for a time frame or what it's going to look like because it's different for everybody. And there's more to it because you have to go back to your childhood. Some have, like Katie had an incredible childhood. I had a lot of trials in mine. So her healing probably looked different than mine because of past stuff. And so you kind of have to, it's God's timing and his timing is perfect. And I always say that what happened to you was not your fault, but your healing is your responsibility. And what I think we see so often, and I did it for a little bit, that we wallow in the pain, the betrayal, the lies, all the things, but we have to make a choice, an intentional choice every single day that we want healing. Are you going to have backsteps and backslides and hiccups and speed bumps? Yes. You're going to have, even in relapse that so often comes with it. And we had a women's event recently and it was so special to hear all the different journeys, but also it made me think of this because healing, and people that we've seen there since the beginning, since we've done that, and then people now and how everybody's at a different journey. Everybody's on their different journey. And it's just really sweet because it's an intentional act of obedience every day to choose healing.
Yeah. I think that it's so natural for us to believe that healing is like one line, linear line.
Yeah.
And so like, okay, he gets help. He gets out of rehab. He does this. And then everything moves forward in a line as it should. But healing is not like, it's so, like you just said, it's so up and down.
It's like a rubber band ball.
Up and down, up and down. And like, I mean, even your story, even your testimony with John and finding him in the bathroom and all the things, like it is like you were on top of the world at that point, right?
Oh yeah.
And so I think that like, it's just so important to understand that your journey of healing is going to have those ups and their downs and their ups and their downs. And so invite God to finish what he started in your life and healing, even through the ups and downs. Invite God in to that healing process, right? Because ultimately he's the one that heals, right?
Yeah.
So on days that we have setbacks, God is still working and being reminded that God's still working on redeeming you.
Yeah.
Even in those low valleys. We talk a lot about it. It's beautiful down there. It can be.
Hindsight.
You know? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right? Even in those low ups and downs, God is still working on your story. He's still working on your redemptive story.
Yeah.
And invite that in.
Yes.
So.
I love that. It takes me back actually after the overdose, which Katie said, like we were on the mountaintop and then my world came crashing down. And I still remember we went back to see our counselor who we were already with, you know, walking through this. And I was just like, it's over. Everything's over. Like we're all back to square one. We're back to ground level.
That's what you feel.
That's exactly how you feel. And he looked at me and he said, you're not starting over. You're starting again. And you have to get that in your head. Like you're not starting over. You've done so much work. You've healed. You've gone through recovery. Because there was one slip up or one mistake or one speed bump, you're just starting again. You've got all this knowledge and wisdom and healing. Just start and keep going. You're not starting back at ground zero. And so it's important to remember, like Katie said, it's not linear. Sometimes it's a rubber band ball where you feel like you're driving switchbacks in the, you know, Rocky Mountains or something. And it can get daunting, but it's so precious. And one of my favorite ones, and our pastor was actually preaching on this Sunday, but when it comes to the lame man by the pool, and Jesus literally asked him, do you want to be healed? Do you want to be healed? And I think in this time, and I mean, Katie, we both see it, these people that they want to be better. They want to hold a grudge. They don't want to forgive. They just want to sit in that and not heal. And so I think the question is, do you want to be healed? And then start from there. And every day, the intentionality, the take every thought captive, like healing takes work. And I say, and y'all have heard me say it on here before, but it reminds me where I burnt my hand with a kerosene heater when I was a little girl. And if you don't heal correctly, you've got tons of infection in there. And so healing requires feelings buried alive will never die. They're always going to be there. So you got to tear back that wound and clean out all the infection, dig back down to what hurt you, why did it hurt you, what did it feel like, forgive where you need to, dig all that out and then walk forward and heal them. But it's going to hurt. It's going to be messy. But let me tell you, when those scars heal over and you've got a story to tell, there is so much power in that. But you have to choose that. You have to choose and get up when God says, okay, get up and walk. Now's your time.
That's so good. It's so beautiful. You're just so good with your words. I just love it so much. I also really believe this is something that helped me in my healing journey. But healing does not happen in isolation. It really doesn't. And I think that so many of our listeners might feel so isolated with what they're going through. And that's why they find some comfort in this podcast.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, I'm not alone. And so there's something in there that's telling you that you don't need to be doing this alone. That there's true healing when you step outside and you grab a hold of friends, grab a hold of pastors, grab a hold of a mentor, and seek out those people to help walk alongside of you in this healing process. Because it really is so hard. It's such a hard journey. And to be isolated, you're not going to heal either as fast or at all, really, if you don't have those people to come alongside of you, to walk with you along with God. Because sometimes they can give you, like Chelsea and I, if you're listening to this podcast, might give you a different perspective.
Yes.
Right? And you're like, oh, I don't feel so alone. That's because like you're not meant to do this alone.
Yeah.
And so we do encourage you, as easy as it is, because there's a lot of shame, guilt, you know, when you're walking through this journey. It's so easy to isolate and not talk about it. I remember I was there, right? And finally, just the burden that was lifted once I invited family and friends in. the
That's
healing
free.
really did start.
It's
It
so
really did.
true.
I mean, God
Yeah.
can do it all on its own. Like he really can. It can be you and God, and it's
Yeah.
fine. But God really wants you to have community.
He does.
Right? He really
Yeah.
does. And that's what he's meant. It's what it's meant for. And
Mm-hmm.
so encouraging you in this journey of healing to not isolate yourself would be one huge one for me.
It's huge. And be on the lookout and be in prayer, because I can promise you that God has destined special people to be on this journey with you, but you have to open yourself up to it. And I think that goes back to that wallow that we can get stuck in because we're embarrassed, we're ashamed, and anything kept in darkness will stay in darkness. And so once you expose that stuff and talk to your family, bring people in, invite people in, and be on the lookout for who God has destined to walk through this with you. Because I'm telling you, he doesn't want you to do this alone. And like Katie said, I mean, I literally got goosebumps when you said that. Like when you begin to talk about it, I mean, it is so freeing to realize, because one, you realize you were never alone.
That's right.
You didn't have to isolate. Other people know where you've been. And there's so much healing, and let other people carry the burdens with you.
It's good.
It's so good. Another one that I love is Jeremiah 30:17, because in this, in the healing, I mean, I'm sure you did. I know I did. And I'm sure all of y'all may be there right now, literally in the middle of, am I ever going to heal? Is this ever going to get better? Like, will this pain ever go away? Because you doubt that. It's so real and raw that you truly question, am I ever going to get back to normal? Because you feel everything but normal. But Jeremiah 30:17 says, I will give you back your health and heal your wounds. And there's so many Bible verses in here that relate to that and say that's his promises over us. Even the garment of his robe. And if I can only touch his robe, I will be healed. And then when he goes out, you know, and he realized his power's gone out, said, who touched me? And then he said, daughter, your faith has made you well. Like, believe for healing, walk into healing, trust and have faith that God will restore and bring back to you, and better. I mean, I know God, and we say this all the time, but God used John to heal me tenfold and heal things that I didn't even know I needed healing from years of pain. And God used what was so tragic to me to heal years of pain. So trust what God's doing right now. Trust where you're at. Trust the process.
Such a beautiful story. Really is. Go back and
Love
listen to our
it.
testimony. So yes, I think that healing is, you know, it is one of those topics that we hear a lot about. A lot of, like I said from the very beginning, how much time did it take you to heal from this and all this? It's just like, you know, it's one of those things, right? Because you want so desperately for God to heal the hurt and the pain, and to heal your loved one from hurt and pain. And so we hope that this podcast has given you some sort of encouragement that you're not alone. And God's timing is perfect timing.
Yeah.
And we say that a lot, but it's true, and it's biblical, and it's in the Bible. It's his love note to you saying, just persevere. Just know that I've got this.
Yeah.
And healing will come, because God is the ultimate healer. He is. He's the ultimate healer.
He is.
And we trust in that. And we hope that your heart is a little bit more healed today by listening to this podcast. And we're so thankful for you all and our listeners. If you find any of our socials, of our podcast on our socials, we do little small clips and stuff. Share those, because you just never know if something that we've said really strikes a chord with one of your friends, and that's exactly what they needed to hear in that moment. So make sure that you share this with your friends and your family. If you find this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe so it alerts you when we release our next one. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for all that you have done in being there with us. We will see you in a couple weeks for our next one, and we hope you have a great day. God bless.